When I was 16, I won a great victory. I felt in that moment I would live to be 100. Now I know I shall not see 30. None of us know our end, really, or what hand will guide us there.
Say that again.
I like the white that you put on in a phone call. It's good white.
Oh, dude, it's high quality white.
Oh yeah, bud.
Dude, it's you know what it is? It's golfing white.
It's hockey 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 white.
I'll tell you, this has helped me with rich white guys a lot. Like a lot of ownership.
Oh yeah, eh?
Oh yeah, eh?
Yeah.
They're like, that guy sounds like from the 70s,
yeah,
bud.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Gretzky's time. Oh yeah, eh?
Exactly.
Fucking mint. What are you doing these days, you fucking bastard?
What am I doing these days?
Other than fucking creaming fucking
Whoa, okay, dude, come on.
walls. Just terrifying the city.
Go on, man. Traveling.
You got another girlfriend or what? What's going on?
What? Dude, what are you... Alright, stop recording. Man.
Dude, I love it. Okay, keep going.
You trying to get me in trouble or what, man?
No.
What the fuck are you
Only
doing?
a little bit. It's all fun and games.
It's not fun and games.
He was with me. I pledge allegiance.
Jesus, dude. Yeah, dude. Just trying to enjoy the summer. Summer's almost over, which is kind of crazy. It's already a fucking August. Also, what happened to fucking sober Bashlo out here?
We went down the drain, dog.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's summer.
What do you mean it's summer? I don't give
summer.
give
We
a
got
fuck.
the AC going.
What does that
I'm
have
cutting
anything to do with
deals
anything?
here.
Next thing you know, man, it'll be fucking winter. Like, bro, it's winter. It's
gotta
fucking
stay
raining.
warm, bro.
Yeah, it's fucking raining, bro. I gotta stay inside. What am I gonna do inside?
We just really good these days.
That's okay, but like, what happened to you? You're committing, man. You're like, yo, I'm good. Sober Armand incoming, blah blah blah, all this nonsense.
Incoming after this long weekend, until the next long weekend, and then the long weekend next.
Can't believe I actually had faith in you. I actually believed you.
See, this is the same problem I have with you believing in God.
No, except you don't care about
that
me.
Camera
believing in God.
is in the view.
Let me just. Oh, it's because I tilted it to.
Deal with everybody. I have the same tone across all avenues. Okay, you were saying, sorry, before I cut you
No,
off.
it's all good. We had two things that we were wanting to talk about before we sat down. Now that we sat down, we can
Let's
talk
talk about
them.
Algeria.
Algeria. So we first made a joke because you said you were, when someone says you're from Algeria, you're like, yeah, so what? Like, of course I'm Algerian.
Yeah,
you just
I could
don't
be.
deny it.
I could be easily
Yeah,
from
exactly.
Algeria.
And then, so yeah, you said you were never going to deny being an Algerian if someone mistaked you for that, blah, blah. And then we use that to transition into the supposed transgender, but that's not actually a transgender, Iman Khalif.
Yeah, it's a female.
So what did you
hyper.
hear? Because now we can compare stories. All right, so go first.
I heard that it's a dude that likes cock and turned into a woman to fight in female boxing. That's what I heard that Algerian boxer was.
Okay, now you can tell us what you really heard.
I heard you have the biggest cheeks in this side of Port Moody on a male.
This fucking guy.
I actually saw a guy that looked exactly like you, but a lot fatter and very gay.
Okay.
And I was like, that's a look I can see Hector in. He was very bottom heavy.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, I heard it's again, like I said, in actuality, it's a male that had a sex transition into a female.
Okay.
And the other female from, where was she?
Italy.
Italy. She made a big stink about it, and I don't know what's true per se.
Okay. So the facts that we have available to us, there has been no documented anything of Iman Khalif being anything but a woman. Never. You go back to childhood photos, you go back to any documents you want to pull up, previous competitions, always been a woman.
Right.
And then the other thing that people are kind of forgetting, she's from Algeria.
Yeah.
Being gay is a crime.
Okay.
Being a transsexual will get you killed.
Yes.
So if people actually believe that the Algerian government is going to sponsor a transgender athlete for the world to see, people are fucking crazy. This is like that shit Gays for Palestine.
Okay.
Do people understand in these countries what they do to gay people?
That fucking
what they do
pisses me
to people
off.
from the LGBTQ society.
My
Do you know what I mean?
God.
Like, it's just ridiculous. So the whole issue with this Algerian boxer is that last year at the World Amateur Boxing Championships, she was up for the gold medal match.
Yeah.
And she was disqualified because supposedly the IBA, which is the International Boxing Association, which was hosting this championship, somehow came up with a test that they haven't released, nor have they released the methodology or like what they used to whatever.
Right.
All they did was it came out with a statement saying she's disqualified. We have reason to believe that she fails the tests that we've come up with for her being a woman. So makes no fucking sense because there's nothing behind it. No one, all that they've said is that there's some kind of elevated testosterone levels in her blood. But
Which
no
I believe.
one's set a baseline for this.
Yeah.
No one is whatever. People talk about the chromosome test. That's not that didn't happen. So this whole thing's been blown out of proportion, and it's taken a hold of some people, and then people have been saying, "Oh, but she's just transgender." No, she's not transgender. Never has she been.
She's never been transgender.
No, it's ridiculous. And so, like, the thing that kind of bugs me about this is there are actual issues with transgender people trying to compete in sports.
This isn't one of them.
This is not one of them.
Yeah.
This is more similar to the Caster Semenya. Remember the black South African runner way back in the 2008 Olympics?
Yeah.
Where she looked very, like, stout, very bulky,
Jacked
whatever.
as fuck.
Yeah, and then, like, whatever. But again, she was just naturally born with more tests as a woman than what's, I guess, normal.
And a cock.
No, she never. None of that.
It was
None of
cocked.
that. None of that. So same deal with Iman, and we'll see how this goes.
It's Iman. Don't
Iman,
ever.
thank you.
Don't ever.
The IBA, going back to them really quickly, they're actually so corrupt
Yeah.
that they were removed from overseeing the Olympic boxing
Wow.
because of corrupt judges, scandals behind the scenes, whatever.
My type of guys.
The president of the IBA is a Russian. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, and I think the Italian, I think she did way too much. She said some shit about, because she retired 46 seconds into the match with Iman. And she said, I've never felt punches like this before in my life.
Right.
I can't, I leave it up to the IOC to figure something out. I'm like, listen, don't be giving some shit about, like, this girl has, like, superhuman strength. She boxed in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Nobody said shit. Not one person. But this whole thing happened last year, and then people picked up on the story, and they shared it, and now it's a thing. So that's where that is.
This guy's trying to set up a virtual meeting right now. Get the fuck out of my face. This guy. This is why I'm not like on site guy. I hate that shit.
Too much.
It's too encompassing. you have to be like always available. There's no, your time's not your own time.
Yeah.
It's and you know, because usually those guys are because it's a shittier job. Those guys, essentially one tier lower than my position is a PM.
Yeah.
Right, and usually I deal with other PMs, and either my PMs deal with them or I step in and I deal. This job site is like a nightmare, so I have to step in.
Yeah.
The PM there, he's pretty green. He just graduated from like school. He's like 24 years old. So he doesn't fucking know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And that's something you can exploit. And that's the fucking beauty of it. But yeah, they're like always running around like little fucking half of fruitcakes. Hey, you want to do a meeting? Oh, the manufacturer is telling me the engineer. All right, buddy. Get the fuck out of my face.
What did you have to say about Israel?
So, just one thing I want to say about this. I want to start it off with the gay for Israel.
Oh, my God.
That shit pisses me off.
Gays for Palestine.
Gays for Palestine.
Yeah, because there are actually gay people in Israel.
That pisses me off, and it pisses me off because they would kill you over there. Yeah. They hate people like you over there. They don't accept people. And if there are people, they're in the shadows of the society over there. So they would definitely hang you, and they would kill you, and they would drag you around with a horse, bro. Like, what are you guys talking about? And this is the, there is ignorant retards worldwide, everywhere, right? Our version of that are these people that support that. I mean, it's very like imperative. You see these things so easily because, one, I'm from that side of the world, so it's easy to like reflect two realities and be like, what is true here? The same extremists from the Middle Eastern side are the same extremists, LGBT and extreme liberals or extreme conservative from this side. It's like they're the same people. They just adopted different ideologies from the other side of the world. But they're very susceptible to, these extreme ideologies, which make them identical people. They're fighting the same bullshit. So it's just hilarious how people here, they think that a fucking rally with 500 fucking people is going to make a fucking difference. Bro, the Million Man March barely made a difference. If you don't got those numbers, it's a hobby, bro. It's a hobby. It's not a revolution. You ain't doing dick. Nobody's saving you, and nobody gives a fuck. And that's what I had to say to a lot of people, some including in my family that believe in those fucking marches and shit. It's like, bro, the people you're complaining to aren't even in the city.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. You know whose life you're ruining? My dumbass. I gotta come home from a fucking job site, watch you half of fruitcakes walking on the street with your nipples out, thing like I give a fuck. Fuck you and your bushes, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here. It doesn't make a difference to me other than I gotta wait and look at your ugly fat ass for 20 seconds while you cross the fucking street. It's a fucking shame that this is what we think is like open-mindedness. We've gone way past the goalpost, and whatever effective open-mindedness is like, we're way beyond that. We're over here. We're fighting some fight over here that has nothing to do with open-mindedness or acceptance. Like, there's a bunch of people out here that are KKK clans. Do I accept them? No. But am I going to go to their house and try to kill their wife and fucking, like, murder his kids? No.
Yeah.
He gets to live his life, just like you get to live yours. That's the acceptance you get. I don't have to praise you because you're gay, bro. Good job. You sucked the cock. What do you want me to do? Call you?
Yeah.
Hey, bud. Way to go on that 17th cock this week. You gobble them, eh? You're fucking... What's the fucking site? What's the gay site app?
The gay site? Oh, Grindr?
Yeah, you're Grindr MVP. Congratulations. What do you want? A fucking belt with dildos on it? What do you want?
Oh, Jesus.
Leave me alone. Enough of this. Like, I want to get to a point in my lifetime where we're not talking about gay rights and fucking that. We've come to a decision that if you are gay, all right, be gay, but just leave me out of it. You know, leave other people out of it. Just leave it alone. You don't need to announce your fucking, I'm demisexual, pansexual, queer, bi, lizard. Like, you know what you are? You're a fucking loser, bro. That's what you are. Nothing else.
There is something to be said about, like in a way, it almost used to be cool to be gay. Like,
when?
Like,
when was it cool?
When they weren't about this whole thing. Like,
yeah.
You talk,
old
that's
school
what I'm saying.
Old school
yeah,
gays.
You talk like OG gays.
OG gays, yeah.
The ones who actually went through, like, there are gays, man, who went through some serious hard times, like actual hard times, man. Yeah. Like in the 80s when the fucking HIV/AIDS pandemic was a thing, they had to. They were really like fighting a war, like.
But they were partying hard still.
Yeah, but they were dying like fucking flies out there, right? And so they
still good.
They had to.
Is that an honorable death?
No, because the end's pretty fucked. If it's like a quick one and done, 100%.
No. But because the end. So if we think of samurai mentality, just for a second, I need you to just step away from whatever you're thinking.
Okay.
Think as a samurai. Okay, that mentality where you are willing to
I was
sacrifice.
already there. I get that, but it's not like that though, man.
Hold on, let me fucking give the intro. Jesus, you ruined the whole piece. Fuck you, man.
Stop what you're thinking. Fuck, I fucked up. It's over. Come on, man, you can finish it,
dude. No, it's over. It's like when you're with a chick and something happens and you can't get your dick hard.
Oh yeah.
And then you're just like, meh, and she's like, come on. And you're like, fuck you, bitch.
It's over. It's over. Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I as soon as he said, I'm like, yep, I know the well. I know that well. I know that feeling.
I gotta dab you up out of respect for being honest. You know,
anyone who says they haven't is just full of shit, man.
Because you got, it's not even like blow. It's like you got like whiskey dick or something. Like,
yeah, dude.
You got like 10 whiskey double doubles.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Double supreme. Fucking
double supremos.
Floppy supreme out here, man.
Dude, floppy flops. You know what happens? The tip of mine gets hard, but the base I gotta handle. I gotta handle the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like, I hold it, and then there's like the 3-4 inches on the top.
Bro, I'm the other way around. Like the bottom is it's like a.
You always bottom heavy,
it's
bro.
It's like a fucking. I'm like you're seeing those fucking like at the car dealerships, the fucking.
You got a little carrot going?
No, those floppy guys or whatever.
Oh,
the inflatable man.
Yeah,
that's what it is, because that's and then the top is just like fucking like brant. Yeah.
Dude, if only we could like combine like Power Rangers.
Jesus Christ, it's the gayest thing you said today. You said a lot of gay shit, dude.
Dude, today that was it. All right, well, we're gonna have a poll up right here. Yes to Power Range. No, you guys are gay.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and vote. We'll wait. Anyways, the whole Israel thing. Just to go into that.
Sure.
I think the whole notion of them getting a piece of Palestine was fucked up. I think Jews should have just been among us, just like gypsies are, just like Muslim people are, just like Christian people are, just like Catholic people are. You don't need a country. You just need to be among us and accepted. Why do you need a fucking separate country with a military arm? We have enough of that.
That's literally what the whole basis of Zionism is. Right? Zionism, a big part of it, dictates that Jewish people are not just a religion, they're an actual ethnic people. They're an ethnicity. But that's the argument of Zionism, right?
Yeah.
And so that all started actually before the World Wars. We might have actually talked about this way back.
Talked about this
when Israel and Palestine first started up again, like last year. But that's the whole basis for their argument. And because now I'm extrapolating past my knowledge. So if I say anything that offends people, well, fuck you.
I'm offended.
But I'm just extrapolating based on what I know. Because Jewish people have for a long time had a lot of money and influence in politics, in business, in whatever, they've managed to push this theory of Zionism out into places where it actually mattered, and to places where people would listen, and those people that listened would actually have an influence. So into like the British government, into like the American government, into the institutions or whatever, to the point where people actually were like, oh yeah, you know what? Jews are a people. They actually they deserve a home.
No, they don't.
And that's how a lot of this started, way back like over 130 years ago at this point. That was the Zionism movement, and here we are now.
Yeah. No, I think you know what? I think Jews are fuck, my boss is a Jew. I have no problem with Jews. My thing is like, you guys aren't the race, because there's black Jews, there's Middle Eastern Jews, That's not a race.
Well, that's the thing that makes it so weird.
Yeah,
it's like they are a religion, but supposedly they're also a race.
A race of whom? What is
no? They are the race. They are Jewish.
Yeah, but that's not a race because
but they say that they are.
Okay, and I think I'm a fuck. This is the whole bullshit. This is identify like a fucking lamp.
What they do actually, I've read into a little bit of it. They take it back to like biblical times, back when you had Hebrew Israelites and Canaanites, and you had what was the other one? There were in that area of Israel and Palestine, like the whole like West Bank area or whatever. Back in the times of the Bible, the provinces were you had like Judea, you had Bethlehem, all these like things, and so supposedly what Jews from now that believe in this are saying is that they are descendants from the original Jewish race back when God first created blah blah all this stuff. So it's almost like it's brainwashing the world into believing that what the Bible has said has always been true, because that's where it comes from.
Let me give this a little bit of pushback on the other side. One, that might be true for some, right? The probability of that happening with all Jewish people, slim to none, because you got black Jews and you have Middle Eastern Jews and you have white Jews and you have like people that possibly have the same genomes as people back in the day. But unless you're going to come out with some genome test to prove every single fucking...
They have that now. That's what's crazy about this, is it's so pervasive in our modern society now that actually exists.
Yeah.
If you get a 23andMe, you can get tested to see if you're like an Ashkenazi Jew or like a Zephyr. I forget the other. There's like a few major ones that exist. That actually exists.
Yeah, but
there's markers for that.
Doesn't mean you're the original Jews.
Well, that's what it does. That's what it does, is that there's genome markers to see if you actually have descendant blood from that area.
Okay, but hold on. What percentage are we going to rely this on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Are we going to say 95% of your people have to be 95% Jewish from back in the day for it to count? Like, now we're getting into technicalities. But all I'm saying is this. Catholics, dirty Catholics live among us. And I'm okay with this. I've always been okay with it. I think any religion can live among us, even if they're fucking Catholic. Like, if they're Muzzies, if they're Jews, if they're Ching Chongs, whatever.
Damn, bro, the Ching Chongs?
Even the Ching Chongs, the Buddhists, the fucking, all them cats, You even bring those crazy Cubans and the African voodoo shit, whatever they believe in. They can live all among us, but the key is like, we should honestly be in a one world government so that there's no more fucking wars.
New World Order, brother.
There's no more wars. Just one world government. We only pay 20% taxes. There's no wars. Everybody's working. Everybody's traveling everywhere. You have cameras everywhere. If you're a good person, you're going to be good. And the society's controlled by AI. That's what I'm saying, okay? Come at me with something better. Come at me with something better. But it better be that tuna kush. You can't come at me with some dry fucking dispensary fucking crap.
I'm telling you, man, like, you look into this stuff and I don't want to make this whole podcast episode a fucking Jew episode, but it on its own in isolation, it's really cool to see, supposedly, like, if you actually buy into all this, just how diverse and spread out the history is. But if you take into account the bigger picture and you don't just buy into what they're saying, it's kind of fucked up, because it's actually it's everywhere. So when you look into what Jewish ethnicities there are, you might have heard of terms like Sephardic Jews, Mizrahi Jews,
right,
and then the one I mentioned earlier, Ashkenazi Jews. All these terms just describe where they're from, supposedly, to a certain era. So, for example, like Sephardic Jews only goes back as, like, I think the 13th century or whatever, because that describes Jews that came from, like, Spain and Portugal. And then the Mizrahi Jews are from, like, the Middle East, so all Northern Africa and, like, the Middle Eastern area. And then you have the Sephardic, the Ashkenazi Jews, which are, like, kind of like the rest, because they were, like, in like, parts of Europe, generally, like the Roman Empire and Italy and all that. So it's... I don't know, man. The fact that it's this laid out gives a compelling argument, but at the same time, you go back and you're like, wait, but when did all these theories start? Like, where does all this kind of draw back to? And it's kind of shaky because these aren't things that have come up since always. These descriptions are kind of recent descriptions. If you think of like German people or Asian people or natives from North America, South America, their lineages go back pretty far and they've been described that way for a very long time. So like Chinese people have been described as Chinese for a long time. It's not like the last 100 years we've called those people Chinese. They've been Chinese, like the Han people. That goes back like centuries and centuries and centuries and like even millennia.
Yeah.
The same can't be said for Jews. So that's where it gets kind of shaky.
Yeah, dude. Like, okay.
All right, wrap us up and wrap me up.
I got don't ever talk like that to me again. That was extremely homosexual. You got any good quotes?
I feel like you got one.
I'm asking you, bro. Got anything good?
Never judge a man by the path he's walked. No, sorry. Never judge a man by where you found him, but judge him on the path that he's walked.
Damn. Nothing can be gained without losing. Even heaven demands death.
Another good one.
Yeah. All right, we're out.
Peace.